Okay, so welcome to our last video lecture for value added tax. So for this video lecture, we'll discuss VAT on importation of goods and some invoicing requirements. Okay, so so based on our 'di ba? Previous video lectures, we've discussed na um, when you import goods, di ba, subject siya to value-added tax, except for those exempt na provided, no? Exempt importation, okay? So, let's start with the definition on importation. So, importation is the act of bringing goods and merchandise into a country from a foreign country. So, parang nagbili ka from a foreign country. So, it is deemed complete when the duties upon the merchandise have been paid, so mga custom duties, ganon, nabayaran na, and return to be paid at a port of entry, and the legal permit from withdrawal shall have been granted, or in case said merchandise is free of duty until it has left the jurisdiction of customs. So until yung malabas na siya sa customs, okay? Importers refers to any person who brings goods into the Philippines, whether or not made in the course of trade or business. So as na-mention ko dati, so for importation, whether or not yung gi-import mo is ibenta mo, gamitin mo sa business or for personal use, subject ka to VAT. Kasi for customs, di mo nila alam, no, kung um, for anong purpose mo for the importation. Yan siya. So, it includes not exempt persons or entities who acquire tax-free imported goods from exempt person, entities, or agencies. So, transaction subject, there shall be levied, assessed, and collected on every importation of goods a value-added tax, whether the importation is yun nga, for sale, for use in the business, or for personal use. So the tax rate and tax base for VAT on importation shall be, the tax to be imposed shall be 12% on the total value used by the Bureau of Customs in determining the tariff and custom duties plus custom duties, excise taxes, if any, and other charges such as postage, commission, and other similar charges prior to the release from the goods from customs custody. Okay? So any other cost beyond na after na siya na-release shall not be hindi na siya counted, no, for the purpose of computing the VAT on importation. So the payment of tax shall be made by the importer prior to the release of such goods from the customs duty. So meaning you need to pay pala, no, for the VAT on importation before mo kuha yung goods. Whether the custom duties are determined on the basis of the country quantity or volume of the goods, the value added shall be the based on the landed cost. So plus excise taxes if there is any. So landed cost includes the invoice amount. So yung invoice amount dyan, normally naka foreign currency. So you need to convert that muna into peso. Custom duties, freight, insurance, and other charges and other charges. So if the goods imported are subject to excise tax, the excise tax shall form part of the tax base. Okay, so meaning landed cost plus excise tax. Okay, so let's have here as an example. So Joyce imported goods from Japan. So the following are the data relative to such importation. Na so may dalawa siya na gi-purchase for sale and for own use. So, di ba, for whether for sales or for own use, subject pa rin siya to VAT. Although, if for sale siya, you can claim the input VAT, no? For those importation on VAT, importation na for sale. For own use, of course, expense na yun on your part, okay? So you have here invoice amount 9.5 for 9.5 for yung for sale 9.5 invoice amount, dutable value 11,200, custom duties 10,500, Freight 6,000, insurance 8,000, other charges 12,500, and facilitation 10,000. For own use naman, invoice amount $3,000, suitable value 5,200, custom duties 3,100, freight 2,800, insurance 2,500, and other charges 4,000. So freight from customs house to warehouse, net of VAT, uh, um, 6,000. No? So after 20 days, the goods intended for sale were sold to Robin for 812,000. So you need to compute for the VAT payable on the importation, no? On the importation of the tariff and custom duties were based on the volume or quantity, meaning that should be based on the landed cost. And for the sale of the input tax based on the quantity of goods imported. So ito yun siya. So first, yung for sale, uh, you need to convert muna ito peso. So 95 times 42, yung exchange rate niya, 399. Let's start with sa for sale ha, 399,000. Custom duties, 10,500. Freight, 6,000. Insurance, 8,000. And other charges, 12,500. So among the cost, ang hindi lang included is yung itong notional value and facilitation fee. No? So hindi kasi siya included sa landed cost. So take note lang natin yung ano yung included no sa landed cost. Invoice amount, custom duties, freight, insurance, and other charges. Okay? Yan. And then, what else? So the landed cost for the VAT on importation na for sale is 436,000. The rate is 12%, so the VAT payable is 52,320. Yung for sale naman, so that's $3,000 times 42. To convert ito peso, add mo lang yung custom duties, 3,100, okay? And then add mo yung freight na 2,800, add mo yung insurance na 2,500, plus other charges na 4,000. So you have 238,400. So the rate is 12%. So your VAT payable is 16,608. So all in all, you paid VAT on importation amounted to 52,320 plus 16,608. Yun yung nabayaran mo, 68,920 prior to the release sa customs. But of course, yung for sale, no, so yung for sale, output tax mo kasi nabenta mo siya, 'di ba, at 812,000. So inclusive of VAT. So 812,000 times 12 over 112 or 3 over 28, that's 87,000. Okay? 812,000 times 3 over 28. So 87,000. So yung input tax mo on importation, 'di ba, 52,320. So pwede mo siya i-claim. So, yung freight mo naman, 6,000 times 12%, 720. So, the total na ma-claim mo is 53,040. So, you have VAT payable is 33,960. Okay, so, yun lang. I-remember lang natin yung landed cost. Kasi dyan kasi yung base yung VAT on importation. So, last part would be the invoicing requirements. No? So, a VAT registered person shall issue dalawa kasi yan, VAT invoices and VAT official receipt. So, you'll use lang VAT invoices for every sale, barter, exchange of goods or properties. For ano naman, for services, you'll use the VAT official receipts. Okay? Yeah, for every sale, barter, exchange of services, or for release of goods or properties. So, what are the information needed in the VAT invoice or VAT official receipt? First, name ng business, address, or taxpayer who will use the invoice or will use the invoice official receipt. The tax identification number of taxpayer followed by the word VAT. No? And then the amount of tax shown as separate item. No? So, diba, kita kag resibo, nakaseparate yung VAT. No? So, normally, yung purchase price mo, so if you purchase, for example, purchase ka sa mall, ang nabayaran mo lahat is 2.5. So, diba, i-divide din nila ng 1.12. So, 232 ang sales nila times 12%, 12%, 2.5 yung sale, yung invoice, divide 1.12. 2232 yung sales times 12%, 268 yung input, no? Yun siya. Nakaseparate yan siya. No? Then nakalagay yung date of transaction, quantity, unit cost, and description of the goods or properties or the nature of the services. So, authority to print details and serial number of booklets at the lower left corner of the receipt. So, if you happen to see your receipt, so nandun yung authority to print details kasi may mga printing press na authorized lang to print the receipts. Okay? So the word VAT exempt sale should be written, no? Or printed permanently if the sale is VAT exempt. Then the word zero rated sale written or printed permanently if the sale is zero rated sale, no? Yan siya. So option to issue combined or separate invoices, receipt of sale in a combination of VAT liable or VAT exempt sale. So if the sale is combined, kung combined siya, the invoice or receipt should indicate the breakdown of the sales price between the taxable and the exempt component in the calculation of the VAT. No, so normally pag mag-grocery kayo sa mall, no, so bili kayo ng gulay, karne, may mga karne, tsaka ano man sa mall, isda. No? Sila separate yan. No? Along with yung vatable goods. For example, grocery ka, mga dry goods, VAT yun. But other product, agricultural product, VAT exempt man yun, so separate yun. No? Unless, i-separate niya pag-invoice. No? Pero i-combine niya, dapat nakaseparate yung vatable sales saka yung VAT exempt sale. For sale to VAT registered persons amounting to 1,000 or more, indicate the name, business, if any, address and tax identification number of the purchaser. So that's why yung iba maghingi ng pag magparesibo ka, hingi ka ng resibo, ano yun siya, maghingi ng TIN, tax identification number. So, penalties for erroneous issuance of VAT invoice or VAT official receipt. If a non-VAT person who issues a VAT invoice or official receipt, so, ano ito, no? Payment of the percentage tax if applicable, payment of VAT without input tax, so, 50% surcharge on the VAT due. So, if the invoice official receipt contains the required information, purchaser shall be allowed to recognize an input tax correctly. So, yun yan. Ano lang, imbis na non-VAT, no? Magbayad pa jud kag percentage tax, so bayad pa jud ka og surcharge o kanang VAT, no? VAT registered person who issue a VAT invoice official receipt for a VAT exempt sale without the word VAT exempt sale. Okay? So, subject na siya to 12% VAT. So, instead na VAT exempt yung sale, naging, subject na siya to VAT. Okay? So, yan siya. So, we're actually done. No? So, thank you for watching the discussion. Bye.